people need. But if you've got manic depression, for example, if you've got bipolar, you know, dude, I had this moment where some parents came up to me and did I tell you about this? They came in to talk to me at a show, and they were like talking about how their kid liked my podcast. And it was really sad because he had been at one of my podcasts, and I think he had come on stage to ask a question or something, and they were looking for a recording of the live show because they thought maybe they could hear him talk or get some like his laughter or something. But anyway, what happened was I think he had some kind of bipolar. I'm not sure what, but one of my friends, Raven, he's like he uses the term gyro. His gyro was off a little bit, something was off a little bit. But anyway, the kid went and did ayahuasca in Peru. He did a 8-night, or one, how they're doing these, like, I don't know how, they do it every night or every other night, 8-night retreat, drinking the medicine every night. And then after that, went to some kind of like other shaman or some woman. I don't know who it was. I'm not sure the deets. But then he came home and he jumped off a waterfall and killed himself. Because what had happened is he was in a manic state. It triggered a manic state. And he killed himself.
Jeez.
And that was ayahuasca. That's like the medicine, right? And so it just, for some reason, I think some people are de-emphasizing what it means to be healed by a psychedelic or to be worked on by a psychedelic or to enter into that state, because it's becoming, thank God, destigmatized.
Much more so. Do you remember how it was 20 years ago?
Dude.
You couldn't even talk about it.
Couldn't talk about it. Couldn't mention it. It was bad drugs. It was heroin.
Yeah.
It was on the same level as like if you were taking LSD, that was like heroin, man. So
yeah, people would look at you like you're crazy. And then there's also, there's real problems that people have with being tested at work. A lot of people get tested at work, and people are worried about losing their jobs. So drugs don't just become a thing where you could fuck up and get addicted to them, but now they become a thing that could take away your livelihood.
Yes.
Take away your livelihood.
That's right.
They check your pee. They put this state of paranoia on their employees. Just imagine that feeling. You're working for some office. Sure. You probably don't dig the gig anyway, right? You don't even like it.
Yeah.
And they have to check your piss every now and then. They don't let you know when. Duncan, can I see you for a moment?
Sure.
Hi, Duncan.
Hi.
It's that time of the year. Random drug test.
Okay.
So I'm just going to have to go with you and watch you pull your penis out and put it into this cup and give me a little sample of your body fluids.
Okay, baby.
Okay?
Yeah.
What if that didn't work anymore? What if they figured a way around that so they had to collect your shit? I need to see you shit. I need to see your asshole open up, and I need to see that tube come out into this Tupperware container. Yeah. And I'm going to be there.
Yeah, that'd be, thank God. In a way, thank God that's how they detect drugs. Thank God it's through the piss. Thank God it's not like like probably, I don't know this for sure, but I bet every asshole has a thumbprint. Like, everybody has a different thumbprint. Mm-hmm. I bet, like, if you took asshole prints, every human would also have, like, a different asshole print. And, like...
Do you imagine if that was true? If, like, you could see fingerprints? You're like, oh, look, it gives you the ingredients. This guy's like 60% asshole. It says it. We just didn't look at this.
No, I don't mean asshole. I mean the literal asshole.
Oh.
Like if you take a person's asshole and put like, and you're like...
like an asshole print, like a retina scan.
Put it on ink. Yeah, like a retina scan.
It's the brown eye retina scan.
Everyone.
Wow.
For sure, probably the asshole has a thumbprint. It's just
probably, for sure,
For sure. So if like you took psychedelics and it caused that thumbprint to change a little bit, and that's how they told, where they don't even want to look at your shit. You just have to, they have to look at like they have to scan your ass and like, oh, the print changed. You did mescaline.
Ooh.
We're lucky it's in the piss. But also, if you really think about the fact that we are in a world where people have to go to work, to do a job that, by the way, man, if there is a dude you need to get on this podcast, and there's a book that you would love. David Graeber wrote this book called Bullshit Jobs. This guy is a fucking genius, man. And this book, Bullshit Jobs, breaks down the phenomena of how many people are working in jobs that don't do anything for the world or the company they're working for. And it's not like this judgmental thing where he's like, yeah, that's a bullshit job. You're a blah, blah, blah. He's like an anthropologist, so he's very precise. But one of the qualifications for your job to be a bullshit job is that it's really kind of a worthless job. It's not really doing anything. And like companies have gotten so fucking big that they end up having like departments or people running departments or extra employees that don't really need to be there at all. And they have to pretend to work. That's what he writes about. He writes that if you really want to torture a person, not only give them like the job of like, pouring a glass of water in an empty glass and pouring it back, but then add to it that they have to deceive their boss into thinking that they're like doing an important job or they lose their job. So not only are these like some corporations and companies scanning your piss to see if you're taking a substance that is allowing you to connect with home, what you actually are, they are also demanding that you spend many hours a day lying to them that you're doing work that you're not doing. Like if you're fucking efficient, and this is another thing Graeber writes about. Forgive me, David Graeber, if in any way I misconstrue this. I read your writings stoned, but the other fucking element to it that is absolutely atrocious and fucking horrible is that these substances are connecting us to home. They don't want us to be in those states, and they're asking us to fucking lie all day. And you know what psychedelic means? The etymology of psychedelic?
No.
It means mind manifesting or soul manifesting, right? So a psychedelic connects us potentially with the truth, what we are, our identity, right? And these companies, they're asking us to lie, to be the opposite of our identities, to wear a suit or some kind of dress code, and to sit in a desk where because you're efficient, you get your job done in 45 minutes, and for the next 6 hours, you got to sit and type and pretend that you're working, knowing you're a person and knowing that this is like unethical. But if you like go and tell your boss, hey man, I don't really have much to do, you might get fired. The boss might, like in the book, he cites one person because he did like a survey, and he cites one person who went to her boss and she's like, hey, I can finish my job in 2 hours. Can I have other stuff to do? And her boss is like, don't talk about that. Stay quiet about that.
Oh.
Yeah, man. That's the fucking world we're in right now because of automation. There's less to do. Computers are making shit fast. Why are we're working the exact same amount of time we were when there were no computers?
But you have to be there to get paid.
And you have to act like you're doing something or they can you.
Yeah. So, how many people right now are doing just that while they're listening to this?
A lot.
A lot.
And by the way,
if you had to guess, what percentage of people are listening right now that are really supposed to be doing some bullshit job, and they're kind of sitting in front of their keyboard with earbuds on, just barely paying attention, trying not to get caught looking at porn?
Yeah. Probably all over the planet, over 1 million. Over 1 million in the workforce, probably.
When do you think companies had to put in rules that you can't look at porn at work? Like that wasn't a thing in the 70s. It wasn't a thing in the 80s.
Right.
It wasn't a thing in the 90s.
Right.
Then all of a sudden, you could just find porn online.